Okay, so over the last few years, I think a lot of us have observed a certain friction and hostility between the trans and the heterosexual community. So me, as a heterosexual man, I think I can give a nuanced explanation of how and why a segment of some heterosexual men view the trans community. Like, granted, I'm no expert. Nobody asked me to do this. I just think it's important to understand on a deeper level why a group of people may be perceived in a certain way. The misconnection I want to address is this notion that heterosexual men have a problem with the trans community based solely on this whole dynamic of cross-dressing, use of pronouns, and this ambiguity with the person's sexual organs or their sexual orientation. Okay, so let me try to reconnect the dots here. When a person from the trans community has a negative interaction with a heterosexual guy, what you're dealing with is somebody who's deeply unfamiliar and deeply uncomfortable with an alternative lifestyle. Here's why. A lot of us as little boys, young men, we've had hundreds of thousands of interactions where this sense or this idea of normal is hard-coded in our brain. Guys wear these kind of clothes, women wearing those kind of clothes, little boys playing with these toys, little girls playing with those toys, these people dating from opposite sex. And there's tons of iterations of that. And so that gets hard-coded in our experiences, and it gets hard-coded in us while we're shaping principles and shaping ideas of how things should be, and I'm using the air quotes. And then it comes along this person whose appearance and maybe the way they talk is just a huge departure from what we're accustomed to. So it's not really something personal at all against a trans person. It's just that, hey man, this is drastically different from what I've been seeing in the last 2, 3, or 4 decades. So in the final analysis, look, it's really a game of respect and patience. Those from the trans community have to understand and respect that everybody is not going to be willing from the heterosexual side to narrow that divide. And for those that are willing, it takes time, but who knows what that looks like. Some people will take small incremental steps in building a rapport. Others will take a big leap. You just never know, but you have to be patient. And you have to let people go at their own pace. It happens over time, but there's hope. I used to be this incredibly homophobic young man, but over the course of time, I started to build a rapport with the gay community. I have friends that are gay, as cliche as that may sound, but some people move at the pace of a tortoise, others move at the pace of a hare, and you just have to give yourself a chance and give others a chance.